Hey guys, good morning, good morning. We are getting started this morning. I've already washed my vegetables and done a little bit of prep before we start our prep. I do have my drink. It is pink lemonade trim sticks, watermelon collagen and cardio. That's how I like mine. I couldn't wait on y'all. I needed my energy and my supplements. Also, I have this new cool camera thing, so y'all just bear with me. It's supposed to follow me around. So let me know if you can hear me and if you guys can keep seeing me. So we're gonna try this morning. We'll see how it goes. I need one of my aprons because I tend to get very dirty. Where's my pocket at? Right there in the front. Okay. So, since we had a holiday on Monday, we ended up trying to weatherize our chicken coop. So, I didn't get any of our prep done. So, that's what we're going to work on. I'm going to start with bacon. Let me get my oven on. And I cook my bacon in the oven at 425. If you're from the South, make sure you take your cast iron out first. We've got that out. So what I'm going to do is I bought this huge big box of bacon and it's different sizes and stuff, and so you get it cheaper. I don't care because I'm going to end up making all of it into bacon bits, but because the slices are irregular, they're a little bit thicker for one, which my husband loves. So I'm just going to take a good chunk out of there and put that back. Let's see if I can adjust this so you can maybe see what I'm doing better here. Does that work? Oh, there we go. That's much better. Okay. Now you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got all this bacon here. I don't need quite as much at one time. And all we're gonna do is just chop it up into little pieces. And I like to get the bacon going first because it does tend to take the longest. These don't have to be uniform. This is going to be for breakfast burritos in the morning. And I'll also be doing sauteing some green chili. We live right next to the New Mexico border, and so we get fresh hatch green chili, and I absolutely love it. Need a straw. Always need a straw for my drink when I'm using my hands so I can remember to drink it. I tend to get busy and forget about it. I have one fly left in my house and it is driving me crazy, you guys. Living in the country is such a blessing, but the flies and the mosquitoes are not. Not a fan of them. Okay, almost have it all. Now I'm just throwing it all in this pan because it'll cook in its own grease. Once it starts cooking, that grease will render down and it'll fry these other pieces. So you'll get nice crispy bacon bits. Now, if you don't want to go through with all of the prep, you can buy bags of cooked bacon bits, real bacon. Sam's Club has a really good deal. You can get a huge bag for like 15 bucks. But I paid 15 bucks for that huge bag of, or box of bacon. So I'm all about saving money, y'all. A little bit of prep saves me a good amount of money. Hey, Miss Deanna, good morning. What's for supper? We haven't got to supper yet because I'm prepping for the week. Because of the holiday, I didn't get my prep done, so that is what we're doing. I've got bacon bits going. I'm going to chop my green chili. I've already cleaned it. If you need to know how to clean green chili, let me know. I do have a video on how to clean it. Actually, before we start the green chili, I'm going to do an onion. Always remember to wash your hands when going from meat to vegetables. Okay. So I've got a purple onion here. Grab my trash can. If you don't know, a pro tip for cutting onions is to put a wet paper towel on your cutting board. The reason that your eyes water is the vapors for the onions go to your water ducts because that's where the most moisture is. So if you put a wet paper towel down first, the vapors go to the paper towel and not your eyes. What are you doing for dinner tonight, Miss Deanna? Oh yes, prep is so important. It is the only way I make it through. Okay. Okay, so I cut my onion this way first, and then I chop this way. That way, when I slice through it, it's already in little bitty tiny pieces. Okay, so I've got half an onion here. I have got my pan hot on the stove. I'm going to add, this is what I carry and keep all my bacon grease in. I'm going to add a little bit of bacon grease. And then I'm going to add my onion. Okay, so I've got my onion in there. I'm gonna do some garlic. Probably, I don't know, a big scoop. Okay, now while those are sauteing, Got it about on medium-high heat. I'm gonna take my green chilies that I've cleaned. Phone's going off over here. What are you doing tonight for dinner? You don't know yet. Things are skimpy at my house. I understand that. We had to get some yesterday while we were in town. I was out of kind of our basics, which is tortillas and cheese and things like that, because I make breakfast burritos every morning. This morning I did steak and green chili. I did just a small amount of the green chili. I cleaned it this morning. I'm just kind of rough chopping this. It doesn't have to be uniform. And then I'm going to add that right in there. Okay, so we've got our green chili going. We've got our bacon going. So I'm going to finish chopping my onion here. I'm going to get a different one. Tonight for our dinner, we're going to be doing a Chinese barbecue, Japanese barbecue style air fried salmon. So I'll make a marinade for it, and then I will chop it up into little bite-sized pieces, and it'll sit in the marinade all day long. And then tonight all I have to do is throw it in the air fryer for about 10-15 minutes depending on the amount that I do, and that is all ready. And my husband actually chose asparagus to eat with the salmon this time. So I will be showing you how to do asparagus also. Do you guys like asparagus? I'm just going to go ahead and throw that whole onion in there because I like onion. I think it gives more flavor. Okay, so next on my prep list is my celery. I like to, for one, I cleaned all of my vegetables. I let them sit in vinegar water for about, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes or so. Celery is really easy. You just kind of break it off. I like to keep my tips here and take the leaves and everything off because they go really good for soups and things like that. So I'm just going to take a few of these. And I'm going to take the greens off. And I will chop those and put those in a mason jar and put them in the fridge. The mason jar will keep them fresh longer. Your hubby and kids like salmon or asparagus, Deanna? Okay, all those are good. I'm going to just take these ends off here, and then I'm going to leave them just like that. I will use them for the boys' lunches. I'll either put peanut butter or cream cheese with everything bagel seasoning in them. Those are really good. Okay, so for asparagus, obviously don't want to keep your rubber bands, but instead of cutting your asparagus, I want you to bend it until it snaps, because that is, each stalk is going to be different. It's going to be ripe at a different point. So some of them will be bigger than others. Some of them are small. But it's better to snap them than to just cut them, because you don't know where the fibrous part of the asparagus ends. See, look how small that one was compared to So I always snap my asparagus. I don't cut it. That way I get the most out of my vegetables. That one's kind of wimpy. Oh, goodness. Yes. Yeah, you learn something new every day, don't we, Deanna? That one was not right. Not ready to come off. That's all right. Now, my favorite way to do my asparagus that my family loves is you either wrap it in bacon and cook it that way, or you can do bacon bits and put bacon bits all over it. Add a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of swerve or brown sugar, depending on your carb intake, where you are on your meal plans and everything. And it makes them really, I don't know, sweet, savory, kind of salty. It really hits all of the points. That's my favorite way to do it. We also do like roasted asparagus. You can put it with a little bit of avocado oil, some garlic and onions. Put it in the oven on broil, and then cook it for about 10-15 minutes on broil. We like it that way too. Okay, got all my asparagus for our dinner tonight. It's all ready. I'm gonna put that in my bowl here. You know what I need to be doing? Hold on, guys, I got a squirrel. I forgot. I have adult chickens now. I need to be saving all of my scraps. So, I'm going to take all that celery and asparagus out. I don't know if chickens will eat asparagus, but we'll find out. Anyways, okay, so we're going to be doing calabacitas later in this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my zucchini calabacita squash. Just take the ends off. And then I like to do bite-sized. So, I don't know, quarters or so. Also, don't forget y'all's water. Your supplements and your water. Water is very, very important, because as you're losing weight, your body needs water to be able to flush those empty fat cells out. And if you don't have enough water, you keep all that junk in your body. So, we always recommend, I like to recommend, a gallon a day. It's not feasible for some people. Some people can have less, some people need more. Really just need to figure out what works best for your body. And if you need help figuring that out, you can get on here and ask, or tag your coach, or get with your coach and they can help you. I'm putting those in the wrong bowl. Goodness gracious, y'all. Yesterday was like the Mondayest Tuesday ever, and today I'm scattered too. How are y'all doing? What is calabacitas? Are a Mexican zucchini squash type recipe. Green chili is looking good. So it is, you can use zucchini or calabacita squash for it. And it is zucchini, squash, cream cheese, green chili, and roasted corn. It's very creamy, and depending on how you like your spice, you can do green chili, or you can do, I actually prefer mine with poblanos. I think poblanos have a really good flavor too, and we eat a lot of green chili anyways, so it's nice to have an alternative flavor there. But that is what a calabacita is. It's just a side dish. Do you guys eat a lot of salmon, Deanna? Okay. Almost got all those done. And then I will grab my salmon and see if it's ready. Okay, got all those ready, and I'm not going to do any of my tomatoes right now because I already have some in the fridge in a mason jar, so I don't need any more of those, but I am going to go ahead and do my green onions. Have you guys ever grown green onions in your windowsill? So I did last year, and I probably need to again as much as we eat them. So I'm just going to slice them very thinly. Until I get almost all of the green gone. I'm going to leave these little pieces here, and you can put these in a water glass in your windowsill and they will regrow green onions. Genius, right? I usually have some going, but I don't have any going right now. Okay, Deanna says they don't eat salmon or fish. You like salmon patties? And I am the opposite. I'm not a fan of salmon patties. I think they taste weird and they're soft and weird. I don't know. I'm out on the salmon patties, but fresh salmon, that I can get on with. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this, and I'll start with my smaller salmon fillet. Grab my fish knife if I can find it. And I'm going to sharpen that real quick. Okay. There we go. That's much better. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and turn our green chili off. It is nice and browned and sauteed. Oh, you know what I didn't do though? I didn't add any salt to it. And that is one of them things, you gotta add salt. go. Bacon is cooking. Okay. So for our salmon, I'm going to take it out, and I got the ones that have the skin on the back because once again it's cheaper and I can take the skin off very quickly. So what I do is I start where the skin is. I'm going to take just a little piece and kind of peel it back a little bit. And then I'm going to use my paper towel to grab a hold of that skin so that it stays. And then I'm just going to slide my knife under it while I pull that skin up. Now, because it's still a little frozen, there we go. It's a little bit harder. You're just going to slide that knife right underneath it. And pull back at the same time. Now, you don't have to specifically have a fish knife to do this. Any really sharp knife will work. The fish knife is just easier because it's got bend in it. Let's see if you can see that. It's got some bend, so it kind of flexes against the fish and moves with the skin. So you're getting less fish on the skin as you're cutting it off. Few minutes and I got all that skin off, and I saved myself 10 bucks because that's literally what the difference was for skin on versus skin off. Okay, so I've got my salmon here, and I'm just going to do little bite-sized squares. You do want to try and get your bite-sized pieces to be the same size. That way they all cook the same. That way you don't have some that are already done and crispy and you have some that are still raw in the middle. So you want to try and make sure your pieces are relatively the same size. They don't have to be identical, but around the same size. Okay, now do I have all of my spices out? Let's take a look. I've got hoisin, sesame, and my rice wine vinegar. I'm gonna get a bag. So I'm just going to put all of my salmon in here. And this is not enough salmon for my whole family, but I figured I would just do the small one while I'm on here with y'all. I will actually be doing a full salmon plank because we like to eat. Both of my boys play sports. My husband and my father-in-law, they work out in the sun and they work hard all day. So when they come home, they want food. They want to eat real food, and they eat a good bit of it. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil in here. Probably a tablespoon or two. I will find the actual recipe for you guys because I have one. I just don't have it on me. So this is hoisin. And it's, honestly, I don't know what it's made out of. Miso, water, plum, soy sauce. It's got a little bit of carbs in it. So I would say if you are doing a low carb or a keto, probably leave the hoisin out. But you can do, I'm gonna do a splash of the red wine vinegar and my soy sauce, which is in the fridge. Hold on. Okay, so I've got my soy sauce here, and now that I'm thinking about it, I did get, see if I can find some. Here we go. So, we all know that soy is not the best for you. And I talked to a friend of mine, and her daughter is allergic to a lot of the dyes and stuff. And there's a dye that they put in the soy sauce and stuff. And so she recommended, interesting, they're called coconut aminos. It's soy-free soy sauce alternative. I'm actually going to try this today and see how I like it. I will let you guys know. Because I am all about doing whatever it is I can to help my family here. Okay, now I did that. We need some garlic. I'm gonna do 2 scoops. 2 big spoonfuls of garlic. Now, here's for the interesting part. If you are doing low carb and keto, we don't do sugar, but there is a sugar alternative, and I prefer it. It's called Swerve. They make it in a granulated and a powdered. So if you like to bake, and I'm gonna do a couple tablespoons of that. If you want, you can do brown sugar instead. That's actually what the recipe calls for, but we're gonna keep it low carb today. Okay, and then you're just gonna mix it all up and let it marinate in that all day. It smells amazing. It needs pepper though. Here we go. A little bit of pepper in there. Yeah. Okay, so then I will finish the rest of my salmon and I'll do a little bit more marinade, but that's how we're going to make it. That's about what it's going to look like. You're gonna let it marinate. Then when you're ready to actually cook it, you're gonna put it in your air fryer on the high setting, however high your air fryer goes. I think mine goes to 450. Yeah, mine goes to 450. Probably about 10 to 15 minutes or so, depending on the size of your salmon bites. You really just want them crispy on the outside and firm to the touch. Good morning, Miss Amy. How are you doing, hon? I think we are about just done. I think I've got all of our prep ready. I've got my bacon is going in the oven, and when it gets done, I'll drain my bacon grease into my bacon grease keeper over here. I have our salmon going. I made the green chili. I prepped all of our veggies for dinner tonight. So I think that's it, you guys. If you guys have any questions, Deanna says, I'll have to try it like you make it. I always try a new way to see if I can do it. Oh, super easy, girl. It is super easy. And it tastes amazing, and it does not taste overly fishy. And I think that you'll like it that way. I think because of the Japanese or Chinese barbecue sauce and the soy sauce, it takes more of that fishy taste out of it, and you really just get the taste of the salmon and not that fishy aftertaste. So I think you'll like it. You should try it. But I think that's about it. You guys let me know what you want to see next week so I can prepare ahead. We can do desserts, snacks, lunches, dinners, breakfasts. Like I was saying, I make breakfast burritos every morning. I've got it down to an art. I can make a breakfast burrito in 2.5 minutes, you guys. Let me tell you, it definitely helps. So I'm gonna get off here and I'll let you guys go and we will talk to you later. Bye.